Hello there, welcome to your mats for your practice today. We're going to start by lying on our backs, bending your knees so they're pointing towards the sky or ceiling in constructive rest pose. So you're going to take your feet to the outer edges of your mat and let your knees fall in. Your hands can either be by your side or you can take one hand to your stomach and one hand to your heart. Just feeling the breath as it goes in and out through your body. Becoming aware of your mind. Where is it? Becoming aware of your breath. Is it shallow? Is it deep? Becoming aware of your body. Where does it touch the earth? How does it feel? Becoming aware of the air that surrounds you. Becoming aware of the noise that you can hear, but not being attached to it, just letting it be. Let's hold no attachments and just lie there and let everything be. Let your mind be. Let your body be. Let the noises be. Let it all be. Just be here now in the present moment. Taking long, slow, deep inhales and exhales. If your arms were on your chest and your stomach, release them alongside your body. Taking your feet, placing them hip-width distance apart. Still keeping your knees bent, taking your arms alongside your body in a T shape. And as you inhale, drop your knees to the right. And as you exhale, take it to the left. Just windshield wipering your knees left to right. Syncing your movement with your breath. Eventually letting your knees fall out only to one side. Looking over the opposite shoulder. Finding stability now in the pose. Our class today is going to be focused on twist. Twist is a wonderful way to de-stress and release anxiety. It helps open the chest and the back, all of which is where we hold our anxiety. As you inhale, bring your knees back to center and now let it fall over to the opposite side. Looking over the opposite shoulder. Twist is also a great way to massage your internal organs and release any toxins that are in your liver or your stomach. It helps the body to unwind. It also helps to promote a healthy spine. On your next inhale, bring your knees back to center. Take your knees into your chest, holding your thighs underneath your knees. And as you inhale, rock up and rock down on your exhale. Do this a few times, rock as far as you can go, slowly massaging into the spine and eventually coming to sit up with your legs out in front of you. We are going to do a seated twist now. So as you inhale, taking your right knee into your chest, stepping your right foot out to the outside of your left foot, As you inhale, lift your left hand up. Place your right hand behind you. And as you exhale, twist over to the right. You can either wrap your left arm around your right knee, or you can hook your left elbow onto your right knee. With every inhale, feel a sense of lifting, elongating your spine. And with every exhale, have a sense of twisting a little bit deeper. Keeping your left foot flexed, so your left foot leg is even active, so your foot is not just drooping down. On your next inhale, release and derotate to the left hand side. And you're going to place your right wrist close to your right knee in an open twist. So your left hand is now behind you. This twist will feel very different. It might feel easier. It might feel more difficult. But we're just twisting and warming up into the spine. You can gaze over your left shoulder. Keeping that left foot flexed. Don't forget about that. Inhale and come to face forward. Release your right leg. On your next inhale, take your left knee into your chest. Step your left knee to the outside of your right thigh, placing your left hand behind you at the base of your spine. As you inhale, reach your right arm up, and as you exhale, twist over to the left, either wrapping your arm around your knee or hooking your elbow onto your knee, whatever feels most comfortable for you. Your gaze will be over your left shoulder. Your right foot will be flexed, pointing towards the ceiling. Your inhales and exhales will be long and smooth. If you feel you're losing your breath, come out of the pose a little. Yoga is all about syncing the breath with the movement, but if your breath is being held and hampered by the movement, you back off from the pose. You want to make sure both your sit bones are grounded. Inhale, come to face forward. Exhale, derotate to the right hand side. Your left hand goes to the base of your spine and your right hand grabs hold of your left ankle if you can. On your next inhale, you're going to release. Come to face forward. Release that left foot back to the floor. Bend in your knees. We're going to come into boat pose. So if you can't hold both, leave your feet on the floor, but we're going to take both arms over to the right, to center, left to center. You can see as I am demonstrating here. If this is too much for you, keep your feet on the floor, your knees pointing to the ceiling. But just continue to move left to right. This creates a rotation in your lower spine. Placing your feet back on the floor. Coming into tabletop position. Doing a few cat and cow stretches just to release. Go at your own pace, synchronizing your movement with your breath. As you look up, you exhale, and as you take your chin to your chest, you inhale. Coming onto your knees. Inhale, raise your arms up to the sky. And exhale, send your right arm back and your left arm forward, twisting. If it's too much for your knees, put something under them. Inhale, come back to center, arms reach up. And exhale, take your left arm forward, right arm back. Twisting from the spine, twisting from your shoulders, making sure your shoulders are relaxed. Inhale, reach up again. And exhale, twist to the right. Right hand goes back, left arm goes forward. If you can't manage this, you can stay seated and twist as well, but try. And go to the opposite side. Inhale and back to center. And exhale, come down. Back into a tabletop position. We're going to do thread the needle now. You're going to inhale and take your right arm out to the side. Then take it all the way up, reach into the sky, opening your chest up. And as you exhale, you're going to place your right arm under your left armpit, taking your right shoulder, your right temple to the mat. And then reaching your left arm out in front of you. So this is a gentle twist on the spine, more the upper spine. Keeping your hips over your knees. If you wish to take a bind, you take your arm and you grab your thigh. So you take your left arm, grab your right thigh. On your next inhale, you're going to come up, back into tabletop position. Inhale, take your left arm up to the side. Then reach it all the way up to the sky, opening your chest. And as you exhale, take your left arm under your right armpit, taking your left temple to the mat, reaching your right arm out long in front of you. Take deep, long inhales and exhales. Don't lose your breath. Watch your mind. Pressing into that left arm. You're going to come up, back into tabletop position. Coming to sit on your heels. If you can't, sit cross-legged, but try to sit on your heels. We won't be here for long. As you inhale, take your right arm to the sky. Bend your elbow, taking your hand to your back. And as you inhale, take your left arm and use it to press your right elbow out a bit. Opening into that right side of the body. Taking your head towards the left, you can let it rest on your left bicep. Just opening up into the left side of the body. You can use that left hand to push your elbow down as much as you can, but only go as far as your body allows you to. On your next inhale, release. Taking your left hand to the sky, placing it on your back, taking your right hand up and using it to press into that elbow. Taking your head out to your right bicep so that you're opening up into the right side of your body. Making sure your spine stays straight so you're not folding forward. Inhale and reach up, release your arms, and exhale, come down. Coming into a tabletop, tucking your toes, straightening your legs, coming into downward facing dog. Pedaling out your legs if you need to. Bending and straightening your elbows if you need that, or staying static if you need that. Coming to find stillness now in downward facing dog. Walking your feet in about 1 foot distance closer to your hands, and taking your left hand and grabbing hold of your right thigh, ankle, calf, whatever is reachable for you. This is also another twist pose. So you want to be pushing up through your right hand that's on the floor, taking your left hand back to the floor. As you inhale, take your right hand and grab your left thigh, calf or ankle, whatever is in your reach. Twisting to the left hand side. You want to be looking under your left shoulder or armpit so that your head is twisting as well. On your next exhale, you're going to release back down to the mat. And slowly coming back into downward facing dog. So stepping your feet back. As you inhale, lift your right foot to the sky, three-legged dog. As you exhale, shoulders go over wrist and knee comes into chest, making attempts to touch your chin or nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. And exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, three-legged dog. On your next exhale, you're going to take your foot and step it in between your hands, coming into a low lunge, grounding that left knee to the floor. If this is enough for you, you stay here. Otherwise, take your hands, interlace your fingers, place them on your right knee, and lower your hips a little further down, opening up into your hips, keeping your spine straight, your shoulder blades pulling down your back. Taking your hands back to the floor now. As you inhale, leave your left hand on the floor and reach your right arm towards the ceiling or sky above you, coming into a twist. So your left knee can either be grounded or you can lift that off the floor. The choice is yours. Feel what's comfortable for your body. Take it only as far as you can go. If you can, turn your gaze up towards your right hand. You're going to circle your hands down back to the floor, taking that right hand, placing it inside of your right foot this time. And as you inhale, lift your left hand up for extended side angle pose. If you can't manage that, you can place your right elbow on your right knee. Otherwise, stay here or use a block under your hand. You're going to be reaching your left hand to the sky, turning your gaze up towards the left. Releasing your left hand back to the mat now, taking your hands on either side of your foot, taking your knee into your chest, and slowly releasing, coming either into downward facing dog or downward dog splits. We'll all meet up in downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot goes to the sky, down dog splits. And as you exhale, bend that leg and take your left knee into your chest, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, down dog splits. Exhale, knee into chest, shoulders over wrist. Arch your back. Inhale, down dog splits. And exhale, take your left foot and step it between your hands. Grounding your right knee, coming into a low lunge. Again, you can keep your hands on the floor or place them on your knee. Just sink your hips lower to open up into your thighs and hips. Taking a few deep inhales and exhales. Placing your hands back on the floor. Grounding that right hand and then peeling your chest open to the left hand side, raising that left hand to the sky into a twist. You have the option to lift your right knee off the mat or keep it grounded. Your gaze can either be straight forward or up at your left hand. The variations are there to take it to your limit. On your next exhale, take your left hand back to the floor on the inside of your left foot. Peel your chest open, taking your right hand to the ceiling for extended side angle pose. Again, you can place your left elbow on your left knee if you need to. Otherwise, use a block under your left hand or a Tupperware, whatever you have, or a book for extended side angle. Listen to your body and do what's best for you. On your next exhale, place your right hand back to the floor, framing your foot. Take your left knee to your chest Reach your left leg up for down dog splits if you go in there. Otherwise, just meet us in downward facing dog. Roll forward, come into plank pose. And then you're just going to roll your hips only from left to right. If you can't manage this, then just come into a downward facing dog. Otherwise, slowly rolling your hips from left to right, keeping your shoulders still stacked over your wrists, keeping your back still stacked the way it is. Just moving your hips so that you're massaging into your lower spine. Doing this from left to right, moving, just twisting. Taking your knees back to the floor now, coming into a child's pose with your arms extended in front of your body. Rolling up to sit, come to stand at the top of your mat. Into Tadasana, mountain pose, toes and heels to touch. Inhale, sweep your arms on the floor, reach up, chair pose. And as you exhale, take your prayer to heart center, sit a little lower and hook your left elbow to your right knee. Keeping your prayer at heart center, you have an option here to either open up your arms, sending your left arm down and your right arm towards the ceiling, or you can stay in the normal twist if this is too much for you. You have the option. Yeah. If you're in a normal twist or any twist, you'd gaze up towards the ceiling or that elbow. Inhale, come back to center, chair pose. Exhale, prayer to heart center, opposite side now. So twisting towards the left hand side, hooking your right elbow on your left knee. Once again, you have an option to open up your arms for a deeper twist, but this is entirely up to you. Remember, keep your breath steady in these poses. On your next inhale, come back to center, chair pose, taking your prayer to your center, folding forward in Utkat Asana, forward fold. Inhale, come up onto your fingertips or hands to shins, halfway lift, and exhale, fold again. Bend in your knees, step your right leg back, step your left foot to meet your right, plank pose. Exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin to the floor. On your next inhale, come into a baby cobra. And exhale, tuck your toes, straighten your legs, come into downward facing dog. Well done for achieving what you have so far. You're going to inhale, step your right foot between your hands, reach your arms up, come into a high lunge pose. And as you exhale, you're going to bend that back knee and place it on the floor, coming into like a box shape with your legs. And as you inhale, you're going to open your arms up. Right arm goes back, left arm goes forward. If you want to take the variation, you can do what I'm doing. Right arm goes to the back of your thigh, or either grabs your heel and the left arm reaches up. They're both variations of the twist. If this is too much for you, you stay with your right arm facing back and your left arm facing forward. You want to feel the movement from your spine. So if this is more comfortable for you, then that's where you stay. Inhale, come back to center, arms reach up. Exhale here. On your next inhale, place your hands on your floor. stepping back to a tabletop position. Tuck your toes, straighten your legs, and coming into a downward facing dog. On your next inhale, step your left foot between your hands. Rise up, come into a high lunge. As you exhale, place that right knee onto the floor, making the box shape with your legs. Now you're going to twist over to the left hand side. So as you open up, right hand goes forward, left hand goes back. If this is enough for you, this is where you stay. If you want more, make attempts to grab that left heel, or place your left hand on your left thigh. If you want the back bend, if you don't want the back bend and you just want a twist, then you stay with your hands up. Choice is yours, variation is yours to choose. Listen to your body, be guided by what your body wants. Inhale, if you're on the floor, come back up. Exhale, place your hands on the floor. Release and come into a child's pose just for a second. We're going to do a few cat-cow with child's pose. So as you inhale, straighten your spine, roll your spine out and come into a cat pose. And as you exhale, drop your belly to the floor and come into child's pose. Doing a few rolls like this. Or you can just do the standard cat and cow. The choice is yours. Finding a neutral spine now, tabletop position. As you inhale, step your right foot between your legs. Reach up. Once again, you're in a box shape. This time you're going to open up to the left hand side. Taking your left hand behind you if you can. And grabbing hold of it with your right arm under your right thigh. So you can do this twist variation, or you can just stay with your arms facing forward and back like we did before. If you're doing this, you want to really roll that left shoulder open, roll your chest open towards the sky. Inhale, release and come up. Placing both hands on the floor, come back into tabletop. Taking your left hand between your legs. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, open up to the right hand side. Stay here if that is enough for you. If you want the bind variation, take your left hand underneath your left thigh. Take your right hand around your back and grab it. You can use a strap if you need to. And open up your right shoulder towards the sky, pulling it back, gazing up at the sky above you or the ceiling. On your next exhale, release your arms, come back into a tabletop position. Tucking your toes, coming into downward facing dog. Slowly walking your feet up to your hands. Coming to stand into Darshana mountain pose. Stepping your feet out so they're quite wide. We're going to do a wide-legged forward fold. Taking your hands to your hips. Inhale, look back, open up your chest, and exhale, fold forward from your hips. Don't go all the way down yet. Release your arms to the floor. So you have two options. You place your right hand underneath your face, or you can take your right hand and grab hold of your left ankle. And then as you inhale, you're going to reach your left arm up towards the sky. So the depth of the twist is yours to choose. If it's too much for you, you come out of it slowly and gently, but taking long, deep inhales and exhales. Release back down to the floor. You're going to now place your left hand under your face, or you're going to take your left hand, grab hold of your left ankle or calf, and as you inhale, you're going to open your right arm up towards the sky or ceiling above you. You want to feel the twist in your spine. Your head will be active, not drooping down. If you feel any pain, you come out of the pose. If you feel discomfort, that's okay, because discomfort is normal, but listen to your body Exhale, come back down into a normal forward fold. Taking your hands to your hips, slowly roll up, coming to stand at the top of your mat into Tadasana, mountain pose. As you inhale, you're going to reach your palms up, and as you exhale, fold forward. Inhale and halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, right foot back to lunge. Exhale, left foot back, plank pose. You're going to slowly lower yourself down to the floor so you're laying on your stomach. Placing your hands out a little in front of you, your elbows will be underneath your shoulders, propping yourself up on your hands and your forearms, coming into Sphinx pose. Your toes will be pointing back, your chest active, making the motion of trying to pull your chest between your arms, opening it up. Just breathing in this pose, unclenching anything you're holding on to. Bending your right knee, taking your right foot and grabbing it with your right hand, taking your left hand out so it's parallel to the top of your mat. Your leg will be whatever is comfortable, but try to grip it the way I am with your elbow facing towards the ceiling so you get a bit of an opening in your chest. Do this only if you can. If you can't manage this pose, then just stay in Sphinx or do Cobra pose. On your next exhale, you're going to release your foot back to the floor. Release it slowly, don't let it just swing back. We're going to do it on the left hand side now, so taking your right hand so it's parallel to the top of your mat, grabbing that left foot with your left hand. If you can, if you can't do this pose, you stay in Cobra or you do Sphinx. Taking that left foot and pulling it more towards your left butt cheek if you need to, if you have the room to. If you don't, stay as far as you can go. Frog pose on the left side. You're going to be opening up your shoulder towards the left, looking over the left side. One side might be different to another, and that's totally normal. Both. On your next exhale, release your left foot to the floor. Coming back to Sphinx pose. We're going to do one of my favorite twists now. So walk your hands out, just one hand distance in front. Place your left hand under your right armpit. Bend your right knee so that it's in an L shape. Take your left hand, grab hold of your right knee, and then take your right hand and twist it over to the left hand side. So you're holding your right knee down with your left hand. You don't have to pull very hard on that. You don't want to injure your knee, but just gently push it down. Gazing over at your right hand. Breathing in and out. Bringing your right hand back to underneath your right shoulder, coming back into Sphinx pose. And walk your hands out a little bit again. Take your right hand, thread it underneath your left armpit. Bend your left knee so that it forms a 90-degree angle. Take your right hand, place it on your left knee, and then take your left hand and open it up over to the right hand side. Looking towards your left hand. This is one of my favorite twists, as it really opens up into the entire spine. It's a little more intense than the other ones. If you can't manage this, you stick to the normal twist we've been doing. On your next exhale, bring your left hand back. Come back into Sphinx pose and lower all the way down. Using the support of your hands, you're going to come and roll over and lie on your back. Bending, taking your right knee into your chest. And then taking your knee over to the left hand side. Taking your right arm out at 90 degrees, gazing at your right arm as you twist your right leg towards the left hand side in a gentle twist. You can close your eyes here as this is towards the end of our practice. Becoming aware of your body, becoming aware of your breath. Bring your right knee back into center, release it down. Take your left knee into your chest, and then take your left knee over to the right hand side, taking your left arm out at 90 degrees, looking over your left shoulder, closing your eyes, becoming aware of the sounds that are around you, becoming aware of your thoughts, letting go, enjoying this last twist. Taking your knee back to center, release them down. To close off the class, you're going to take your knees into your chest. Just give yourself a hug. Rock from side to side if that feels comfortable for you. And on your next exhale, you're going to open up into Shavasana, corpse pose. Your feet slightly apart, your arms alongside your body, palms facing up. Closing your eyes, letting go of your controlled breathing, feeling supported by the earth beneath you. I encourage you to stay in this pose for a few minutes. This is where I leave you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Namaste.